Alright, so the Red Hot Chili Peppers have just finished performing a secret show at the Yamava Resort and Casino, just outside of Los Angeles in California. And we got the best look at what I think is going to be John Frusciante's Unlimited Love amp setup. There were 3 amps on stage with John tonight. The JMP 2203, the Marshall Major, as well as a Silver Jubilee, all in full stack form. Now, this new amp setup here confirms a few things, and I'm going to break this down for you guys as quickly as possible, because I want to go to bed. Number one, the JMP is here to stay. If it was just a temporary solution for a Jubilee, well, now we would see like 2 Jubilees or something different going on. We wouldn't see it on stage with a Jubilee in this current setup. That just wouldn't be what you'd see from John if the JMP was only temporary. This right here is concrete enough evidence that the JMP is deliberately chosen by John to use live, and it is here to stay, which makes me really thrilled to see something new from John and using an incredible amp. Now, secondly, the last time we saw John Frusciante use a 3 amp setup, it was really 2 separate rigs on stage. You had 2 Silver Jubilees and the Marshall Major, but 1 Jubilee and the Major were running for pretty much the entire show. That was the main sound that John was getting in that amp rig. The second Jubilee was in a totally different rig that they called the Slash rig. It was for John Frusciante to use a Les Paul straight into that Jubilee's gain channel. Think for like Ready Made. That was the rig that he used for that song. Now, is that what's happening here? Are we seeing the Jubilee brought back out for performances of Ready Made, and you never know, he might bring out those Yamaha guitars with the humbuckers and use that rig for some songs with those. But is this essentially the Slash rig on stage as well that we are seeing? Or is John changing his amp rig now to be a 3 amp setup running all the time? That also is possible, and I think that would be really cool to see. JMP, Major, and Jubilee all running at once. Now, I had to dig here and find the perfect screenshot to show you guys that all 3 B cabinets are mic'd up. I mentioned this in my previous video. John loves his B cabinets, and all 3 are, in fact, mic'd up. Of course, these are 1960 cabinets. Best guess, safe to assume G1275s are inside these cabinets. All right, now, at the time of making this video for you guys, it's 1:20 in the morning. There is no word on if they performed Ready Made or not. But what I genuinely think we are seeing here is 2 different rigs on stage for John, just like we did in the past. The main amp rig that is comprising majority of his songs on any given night is the JMP 2203 and the Marshall Major. This is what I am theorizing and I think is the most likely scenario. Then the Jubilee on stage, that again is that Slash rig for if he brings out his Les Paul, performs Ready Made, stuff like that. That's what I think we are seeing and the most likely outcome. John going to a 3 amp setup running all the time would be sweet, don't get me wrong. I think that could be really cool. But the evidence just isn't there to suggest that it's something he would do. All of the promotional stuff we've seen so far has just been that 2203 and the Major. Why all of a sudden would he switch to a 3 amp setup now on just a random show that's not actually part of the tour? It doesn't make sense. So I feel like in the morning, by the time this goes live, we might have some more information come out that they probably did perform Ready Made, or something to indicate that yes, this Slash rig is what is happening. Leave a comment down below, because when I wake up, I'm sure I'll read a bunch of your guys' comments on the discussion on this. What do you guys think is happening? Do you think that what I'm theorizing is accurate, or do you think that this is a different amp setup? It is, again, possible that one of these amps on stage is just a backup that's already mic'd up, ready to go in case another amp goes down. I think that's very unlikely, though. It would be in a rack unit. That's genuinely what I think would happen. And yes, in the comments and discussion on my other video as well, with the amps that John has been using live, there was discussion on the fact that Josh Klinghoffer and some other artists actually use the amps on stage as dummy amps and then have the real amps actually running in a rack unit behind the scenes. That is possible, but it's something John Frusciante has never done before, and now seeing 3 amps on stage like this, it'd be a bit of a hassle, at least in my opinion, to have 3 amps in a rack just running just dummy amps on stage. I don't know. I don't think it's likely, but I have to say that it is possible. And there you guys have it. This was hopefully a quick video, just quickly showing you guys and discussing my thoughts on seeing John Frusciante using these amps on stage. The debate on the Jubilee and the 2203 JMP is honestly kind of the biggest one that's up in the air right now in terms of John's gear and what's actually going to happen with the Unlimited Love Tour. And this right here is the best look and indication of what we are going to see on the tour. And I think it's pretty sweet to see that at the Secret Show, now that they're performing some older hits, they brought out a more familiar kind of setup, at least that we're used to seeing from John way back like 15 years ago. Leave your comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, and P.S. if I do find anything out about the pedalboard from this show, I'll be sure to update you guys in a future video, so hit that subscribe button. If you're watching my videos, you may as well just do that, because you'll probably watch another one in the future anyway. So just keep that in mind. See you guys on the next one.